cry a lot when it comes to me, you know, like, yeah, mostly tears of joy, you know, like at graduation when I saw on stage singing We Are the World, you know, like I'll just go emotional and I can't just really connect it.
OhEmGees, OhEmGees.
Yeah, we got this.
OhEmGees,
That time again.
OhEmGees, OhEmGees, OhEmGees.
I'm Yetunde Mrs. OMG. My lovely husband, you know, in my OMG. And together you can call us the OMG. Sit back, relax, and sip your tea. We keep you company.
OhEmGees, 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 OhEmGees. Welcome to our channel, 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 OhEmGees. OhEmGees, 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 OhEmGees.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching our video. Today, before we start, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. Say hi.
Yeah, guys, hi.
So now, yeah, guys, what's up? I'm in the building. Yeti. In the building. What up? Don't be thinking that he's got the flow. If you think that, then you got to go. Oh, no, you don't know what I'm saying. You think you do, but you ain't got a clue. Ooh. Now you know how I feel. Welcome back to our channel, guys.
No, like I've never been this horrible, you know. This was an ESO. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry. On behalf, I take responsibility for this.
Let him know that.
On behalf,
that I was better than him.
I'm sorry, man.
Let him know. They'll let you know anyway. Welcome back to our channel, guys. My name is Yetunde. This is
E to the M to the M to the O to the M to the G. You know how we do. Yeah. As in, I haven't dropped that flow. Like I cannot flow in the same transmission that you flowed. Is an insult.
So it stops you from flowing.
It's an insult on my flow.
Do you understand?
You're not going
to do it.
I'm not going to justify your flow dump.
Done.
It's an insult to my flow.
My job is done. What are we talking about today, Emmanuel?
Like Jesus said to the woman with the issue. It was like, you woman with the issue. He shooed away the he. Because it was a he that was the spirit that was making her flow the flow she was flowing. So Jesus was like, he, shoo. And the issue should off. You won't understand because it's a higher level. Yeah, now we can continue. That's deep.
It was bad. It was so bad.
Because you don't get, like when you watch this video later.
When you watch
get it.
And cringe.
When you watch this video later, you'll get it. Alright, guys.
Cringe.
Welcome.
Perpetual cringe. That's how I'm feeling. Cringe-a-thon. Cringeality.
Welcome, guys.
Cringe-tastics.
Yeah, Carbojari. So today, a couple of people have asked, you know, whenever we post questions
I hear people say that. So a couple of people ask me for my skincare routine, and nobody's asked you. But actually, this one, people have actually asked. No, it's more than a couple. Couple is 2, by the way. For people that like to use couple for a couple million. Quite a few people have asked us to share. Go on.
No, we'll continue.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No. Now you go continue. Now you go continue. No. Continue.
Okay, so quite a number of you have asked over time for us to share tips about parenting, and you know we've pretty much shied away from it because honestly we don't really have like there's experiences that we can share with you guys and how we've dealt with them, but in regards to like being professionals, we are not professionals. The people that are professionals when it comes to children, and we're not one of them. And
there's only one child we've parented so far.
And there's only 4.
We're still parenting and it's just 4
years. There's only 4, so we ain't been doing this long at all. So yeah, like much of it, you know, all that we have done, and the fact that we've gotten from the beginning to this point here has been God, and it continues to be God. And the grace of God. Am I boring you, sir?
No.
The grace of God that has carried us through and carries us even further. You know, there's always different milestones when you have a child, from when they're first born and, you know, getting used to that. Before you know it, it's you know, it's time for them to start crawling and then start walking. So it's just different facets that we faced so far. And let's just say the major challenges that we faced with parenting, it has just been God that has brought us out. And, you know, and for us, it's a constant reminder that we can't do this without God. We can't, you know, it sounds quite cliche that, oh, you say God. Yes, we can say that, you know, some practical things that helped us, but ultimately the knowledge of those practical things is not from experience, it's from the wisdom of God that is, you know, is praying and asking God to help us to be the best that we can be. And the desire that God has put in us to even want to be good parents as well is something that you know,
Tell me.
it's something that we've had to ask for. And, you know, and because, you know, I didn't know what kind of parent I'd be before we had Fermi. Do you know?
Me, how do you mean you don't know what kind of?
Like, I couldn't plan. I didn't plan to be the kind of parent I am. Like, there was nothing.
Obviously, you want to be a good parent.
You want to be a good parent, but like, you don't, it wasn't something that you sat down and you can study.
Because, it's a learning on the go thing. It's not, I don't like, you know, okay, I guess what you're trying to say is there's no going to school, study and taking notes, because first of all, no two children are the same.
Yeah.
You know, you don't like it. It's dependent on how it impacts your life, because it's going to be like an infusion of your life into the life of the newborn and how you're going to do things around and everything. So it's more, and that's why is the God factor really comes in, you know. And why I'm not even going to, me majorly is God, you get. And why? Because I've realized, this experience has made me realize that it's not, we call them our children, these children are our children because God has made it so. Like, so majorly, we are not really the owners. Do you understand? Like, they are gifts. Like, and I understand when they say children are gifts from God to men. You know, they are, so now God get them. God, you know, God owns this, and he just, okay, let me make you happy, and I give you this gift. Do you understand? So the major care is God. Now I'm going to explain to you. We've been in situations where our hands, like, we can't do anything. We are not, the control is off our hands. Do you understand? And you know, like, you are just looking and you are just helpless. You are like, do you understand? And you just call on a greater power that comes through and helps you out of it. Do you understand? Those are the moments that makes you realize that your so-called good parenting, or the fact that you are putting in whatever efforts and you are getting the results, is because that greater power has made it so. Like, it has allowed it. A lot of things are taking place that we are not seeing. Do you understand? The main things that now makes whatever we are doing make sense. Do you understand? And that is why God's factor can never ever be overflogged. And at this point, I really want to mention, I realize that most times on this channel, when I talk and when I want to switch to God, I always apologize. I'm always like, I realized it. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't want to. From when I watch it, I'm like, why? You get? So I'm at every opportunity, I'm going to kind of like be talking about my faith. Obviously, we are not turning this place to church and everything, but whoever can be impacted with that should be. You get, like, it's like, you know, when you see a good mind somewhere, or when you see a good thing, it's always good for you to share it and everything. And we, as much as we can, we want to radiate God through our lives, you know. So that's going through that route. So yeah, the fundamentals, you need to get the fundamentals right. God, know that this child is not really yours, although God has put you in charge and it's your gift, you know, and the whole good experience, but know the real owner. Do you understand? And submit everything, give the full control to the real owner. Now, this is not saying that you are not going to do anything. This is not saying that you are going to sit back and be watching. You know, you just really first give the real, you know, the full care and everything. Then what you now need to do comes in place, and that is where we go to the next point we are going to take, you know. Having said the giving to God part and everything, you really need to be intentional. You really need to be intentional, you know, very, very intentional. Now, I will talk about our daughter because that's not the only parenting way. So the results we've seen, what I feel like is bringing about it. First of all, I feel, and I thank God for the opportunity, I feel the fact that both of us are always at home with her because we work from home. I feel that has really impacted her a lot positively in terms of her self-confidence, in terms of her exuding love, you know, like when the video I watched where we were working out together, every time I kind of broke down the way she's always, Daddy, sorry, and that is how she is. You understand? Like if anything goes wrong, she always wants to be the solution. You know, I'll be looking for what's wrong with this car? Oh, Daddy, don't worry, I'll buy you another car. Like she always she just wants everybody to be happy, you know, and it's because of the environment, you know. So that plays a major role. And I know it's not everybody that can be at home with their children, you know, obviously, you know, especially because you need to work and everything. But one thing I will say, which I got out of something Pastor Kinsley said one time, is try, no matter what you do, try and be very conscious to be, at least be there for them at the times that is really important. So let's assume that you are the more busy person. Let's say the dad is the more busy person, and obviously you need to be at work and everything, you know. Times like when they are having their graduations or when they need you to come to their school to do something, all those once in a while time when every other children's parent will be there and they'll be looking for you.
It makes a whole difference.
Yeah,
it makes a whole difference. It makes a, you know, I think about when I was in school as well, when I was younger, and I would have like stage productions at school. My mum would always be there. Like she'd always, even like the time, I think maybe one time or that she wasn't able to be there, you know, she still found a way to make sure that she contributed in some way, like whether it was like, okay, we need to take food with us, she'll take food, but she would always be there. She would always, and it made the world of difference because you'll see them in the crowd and it makes you feel like, oh my God, you know, my mum is there, I feel special. It makes you feel special, you know. It's just so important. And even like for Fermi's first Christmas production, oh my gosh,
when she saw us,
I
will see if I can download that clip and send to Combat. So they were all singing the carol and she was already happy singing with them. Then somehow her face just, and even on the camera you see that, I'll send that clip to Combat, as her face came with her face and she just started jumping, and the people around her started jumping, so they didn't know, she was so excited.
She was just jumping, she was like, and just pointing, and she was so
and all happy. children are usually like that, you know. So so what I said, Pastor Kinsley said is, men naturally, you know, the way we feel like we need to take care of our family, and myself, is just try to make money and get what they need for them. But our children, they will not, when they grow up, they won't really remember all these toys or even the school fees you paid, which is really important. They will not, it won't be like, oh, my daddy paid my school fees, but they will remember those moments you shared. My daddy was there for my graduation. My daddy won the race. My daddy can run. He's strong. I play with my daddy at home. My daddy take us out. All those small moments. Like yesterday when you guys went out, when she came to stay with me in the studio, and I realized every time she comes to the studio, you know, she always enjoyed watching me and everything. But whenever she sees me sit down, she'll be like, Daddy, can I sit on your lap? You know, like any small thing I do, like when she's here laughing, when she's eating on the dining table and I go and I'm eating and I sit next to her, Daddy, you're sitting beside me, like, you know, the way it's almost as if she's, although this is exaggerating, but it's almost as if she counts herself unworthy and she's like, oh, you are doing this, you get the context. That's why I said it's exaggeration. Do you understand? But it's a big deal. You get?
I think especially when it's like she knows that you know, it's especially when it's, you know, like for example, it's not something that happens all the time, but it happens when it does happen. It's very special to her. So, and I think that it's noticing that and making sure to, you know, to engage that and make that happen as often as possible. You know, like I know I always, like now kind of switching into like, this is part of still being intentional, but like the importance of bonding with your child as parents and also individually. You know, it's when my friends had children, like shout out to my friends in the UK especially, because they're the ones that had children before I did, and a lot of what I do now and what I've learned, a lot of things I'm conscious about is because of them. And they, you know, they make the effort, you know, like especially those of my friends where their husbands are very heavily involved as well, like, you know, they work as well, but they make that effort. When like maybe I want to speak to one of my friends, especially like Nana, like she'll be like, oh, you know, the children have gone out with their dad or something like that. These kind of things make a huge difference. I say that because I think back to when I was younger, like I feel emotional, I don't know why. But you know, the few times that I spent with my dad, yeah, the few times I spent with my dad, I think that it always stays in my mind because it wasn't often, but when it was, like, it was very special for me. You know, I think.
Take a few seconds. So while you are taking a few seconds, let me just cut in. So basically, I think it's more often that dads are absent in their children's lives. You know, like even when you feel you're present, you're still absent because you are now. And I'm even talking of a full home. You know, where everybody is, there's dad, there's mom, and everything. But most times, dads see other things as important. Now, it's not like your family is not important to you, but you just take your job and everything more important. I think we've spoken about priorities before and everything. Being present is like you won't understand the kind of examples you are setting. Like, and one thing I've learned from this our one parenting is the impact we make by not talking, by just acting, is more than the ones we do talking. Because most of the things we see in our daughter exhibit are things she just got from us. Like we're like, when did she learn? Do you understand? Like, so the ones we are even focusing on that, okay, this is what we are teaching you. She's grabbing them, but those are the minors. Like a lot of things we see her doing and everything is she learns from us. Thank God that we are really in love with each other. Do you understand? Like, thank God for that. First of all, you get, and thank God we love her, and thank God we are really around. But she learns so much from us. So let me give you a slight example. Like, and this is not even like the deep stuff. This is something she caught from what I was saying, but I wasn't talking to her. We were eating, and the food was so delicious. And like I told you, anytime my wife's food is extra delicious, I make sure I really point it out, so that the other days that it's not really
it's not really hitting.
I would just tell her that I told you. So I was like, this food is mad. Next thing, from me was like, mad? And that one was the one she caught, and she said at the time, most times she will catch it and she won't talk. It's later in life when she does something. Do you understand? So I was just like, mad is a bad word, okay? Okay? Do you understand?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're good now.
I'm good. So yeah, like I think that there are times when I can be on you a lot, because I'm like, you know, oh, I want you to do, like, maybe I want you to take Femi out by yourself, do stuff with her more, you know. And I realize it's because of my own, like, how much I used to really treasure that time that I used to spend with my dad. Like, we would just talk. My dad is still alive, by the way. I thank God for his life. I think remembering it just makes me feel a bit emotional, but just how it has this lasting effect, especially on small girls. You know, I think the relationship between a father and daughter is very, very delicate, and it's very important. Some people might not admit, but it really does impact their relationships later in life, especially the relationship with men later in life. And when the child is in the place, especially a young girl is in the place where her dad is like the primary. He's the primary male in her life, where it's that he's the one that's always making her feel good with words. You know, he takes time out to spend with her, all these kind of things. When they're older, it's like it won't faze them when a guy tries to come with all these things, because they know their worth. I'm not saying that they find their worth in a man or in in what they're given, but it's our parents that establish that our worth is in Christ.
Yeah.
It's our parents that establish it with us, but but the parent is the first one that they know of, and we teach them about God. We teach them about where their worth lies. We teach them about these things, but we also, like you said, it's not just about teaching them; it's about demonstrating it. Demonstration of, you're special to me, so I'm going to take time out to spend with you, just you and I. Because, and even when by God's grace, when we have another child, I would want to do it with them individually, because again, it's that you are special together and you are special individually. And when a child knows they're special, it comes out in how they behave and in how they are with other people. Because even like in something like there was something that happened in her school, and one of her classmates, two of them, one of them was like, pointing, giving thumbs down or whatever, or making her, they were upset because she had gotten like star of the week or something like that. And that really hurt her feelings, because for her at home, we don't there isn't, if you're doing really, like if you've done something really good, we highlight that. And if something is not so great, we will highlight that, but still encourage. It's from a place of love and encouragement. So for her, when she goes out, is to be nice to people. I'm not saying that she's perfect, far from it. Like, there's things that children, they have to learn, like, and all that stuff. But ultimately, it's that when somebody is winning, you're happy for them. Like, you're happy for them, and you're trying to make them feel good. She knows what feels good and what doesn't feel good, and and I feel like for another child to make another child feel bad, it's because that's something that we don't realize that can happen at home as well. Like, I'm not saying that anyone is perfect, because children are, they go through. Fermi's had her own stages in school as well, where it wasn't, where she had to kind of adjust to being around other children, and and that was a process as well. It was a process of learning. But again, it's like that part of the intentionality is to let them know that their worth in Christ, and to encourage them, and to from a place of love, and so that when they go out, they are regurgitating the good things that they feel in the house, and yeah, that's basically it, really.
Yeah. So long story short, teach them well, but not just teaching, live by examples. The examples and fathers need to be present. Like me, again, I go back to God, because I feel it's God that is also helping me through this journey, because I don't even know what to do. There was my dad was, I knew my dad, I'm not a bastard, do you understand? But he was not present, you get, like, so even when he died, like, he was just the human part of me, because I'd seen him, that I was just like, so I felt bad that somebody died, but there was no absence felt, because so I don't even know what it's like to the relationship between father and children. I don't know what it's supposed to be like. Do you understand? But like, at least so I will say I'm learning from my daughter. Like, I see the things I'm doing and she's loving, and and I try to do them more, and also God is putting me through and everything. But what I've learned is fathers, so it's a combined work, the house has to be whole, father and mother, but fathers, you are the stamp, you are the final stamp, that's the word to use, yes, to the building of your children's self-esteem. Do you understand? Like, your children's self-esteem is not really going to be whole if you are not available. That's what I know from this one child. Don't let me say it for every other person. And we've spoken a lot, so I'll just say one more thing, which I believe would really work for everybody. This is what my wife did. Like, when they say there is power in words, power in as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. When your thoughts and your speech and your mindsets align, the boundaries you are going to be able to break is crazy. So the bonding process between your child, if you really want to have a good bond with your child, it starts from the point of inception, from when you realize you are pregnant. That's what I thought. I don't want to say crazy, but it's a crazy thing, because then the child is not here. We they follow talk. Do you understand? But apparently she had read it, and she had heard people's stories. So we heard people said that they pray exactly what they wanted the child to be. They wanted long hair, and they got it like that. She used to talk to the child. Me said there's one thing. There's a song I used to sing for her. Then when we gave birth to her, we didn't sing that song for a while, and she had grown for a while. Then I sang it one time, and the pulsation I got from her,
as if she remembers.
And that was the first time I was singing it since we gave birth to her. Do you understand? Sometimes I'll be singing, or I'll be talking, I'll be saying good stuff to you. So I used to watch DJ Khalid's video when he talks to his child. You are a king, you are, and for the fun of it, I used to just say it to the belly, and the belly could just start to move, to start to kick. Do you understand? So there are powers in words. I will look for the video when I think she was 2 or 3 days old, and I just held her and I was just talking all these sweet things, like, you are going to rule, you are a king, and she smiled. Do you understand? Yeah. She understand English. Do you understand? So your bond, especially as mothers. So fathers, we need to be around, create memories. But mothers, you're bonding, because now you gonna be the gift live with. Do you understand? So you take full advantage of that. You start the bonding process from the pregnancy period. Start talking to them, start getting familiar, introduce yourself, talk like you are talking to a full human being, because this is a full human being that really understands you. You get, so let your mind and your mindset and your speech be aligned and everything. And also, fathers be there alongside and all that, If you notice our speech, we don't really know what to say, how to talk. We are just, it's based on our small
experience.
And I said that was last but not the least. But one more thing is, there's going to be a lot of disagreement. I feel in our relationship, the most disagreements have come as a result, from our child, from the decisions we want. Even till now, we still, do you understand? We've done a couple of videos. After we did the video, we don't still fight, you understand? But the main thing is, you need to realize that both of you, you need to realize that is for the greater good, that both of you are on the same team. So there has to always be a resolution. There has to be a way forward from each fight, you understand? And you realize, and none of you know I'm finished. You get, there's no absolute, because all of us, like, there's no perfection in this world. Do you understand? Even with this so-called upbringing we are bringing and everything is looking good, I'm sure there's still something broken that she would need. She's not going to be broken by God's grace, but when she meets her husband, she will now learn from him. Maybe something they did better in their family that we are not doing now, and that she feel that she needs to do, but she will now chill and learn again. And do you understand? For example, there are stuffs I brought from my family that I felt like this is the way you should go. There are stuffs you brought from your family, until we came together and we now aligned and we are like, okay, you drop this, let me drop this. Do you understand? So always be willing to learn from each other and realize that both of you, you guys are not an island. You are,
a team.
Enjoy. But this is like 45 minutes, Abby. But we hope at least you should have learned at least like one thing from what we said today.
I've gotten something from there at least. I hope you guys.
So it's going to be a continuous. Whenever we have any other thing to say again, we'll come
share,
back. Yeah. But today I'm not going to leave. This emotional.
Nah. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, share. It's so emotional
that I'm a dad, man. Like, it's so. I feel part of. I can't really connect it, but I feel part of any small thing. I could just cry. I cry a lot when it comes to me, like, mostly tears of joy, like at graduation when I saw on stage singing We Are the World, like I'll just go emotional and I can't just really connect it. But I guess, so what I lacked in fatherly love, God is giving me as the father's love to my child. I don't know how to explain it. The fact, like, so God has just really supplied it to me, and so the fact that I'm giving her the love, but I'm getting it back, like it's like a two-way thing, So I can't explain it, but it's really an emotional thing for me, man. It's an emotional thing,
because like the child's love is pretty, like when children, especially at this young age, when they love you, they just
that's God,
they love you. It's
like, so sometimes another thing I want to do sometimes, and I try to tell you too, sometimes you just get tired, like they are just around you like magnet, just trying to follow you, but in those moments I just move back. I'm just like, this is a whole small cute little girl that just wants to always be around me. This is so amazing, like, and I just thank God for that.
She's gonna grow up and then she'll be like, she ain't got time. Bye.
No, but she'll have time in Jesus' name. She'll have time. But all right, guys. Whatever you help us drop your comments too.
All right.
God bless you. Bye. What?
You're so cute, Mama. Hey guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching our video.
Thank you.
But before you leave, we are forgetting something.
Have you liked this video? Did you like this video?
Did you comment? Have you subscribed to our channel?
Subscribe. And did you hit the notification bell?
You have. Thank you so much. If you haven't, please just do,
Do that,
See you guys on the next video. Bye.
Family, get in the bathroom now.
Bye-bye.